everything that I said would happen, happened. Morocco are out, just like I said in the quarter-final stage. Allah al-Watan unlucky. Welcome back to another video on my channel where we are reviewing, as always, the games from AFCON 2021 and another two quarter-finals to talk about. And actually the four teams I predicted, if you go and watch the previous videos, to make the semi-finals, I got all four spot on. They are, of course, Cameroon, Senegal, Burkina Faso and Egypt. And of course today we saw, I think, two games actually in the same stadium. That's why the Egypt-Morocco game was quite early. Egypt beating Morocco by 2-1. Let's talk about that first. And again, like, I'm not really surprised, not a big shock to me, because I literally said this would happen. I said Halilhodžić would get found out in the quarter-final stage, and Carlos Queiroz is the superior manager. He has now beaten Morocco with 3 different countries. He's beaten Morocco with Egypt, South Africa and Iran. He's done a job on them once again. I said Morocco wouldn't get past the quarters, and they took it as an insult. You're just not good enough. The bottom line is you ain't good enough. You ain't got a superstar like Salah who can carry you to a final or a semi-final. Because if you haven't got a good team, what you need is a good superstar to carry you. And a lot of the teams in this tournament left have that superstar, you know, whether it's a Boubacar, Mane, Salah, you know. And quite simply, Morocco, just not good enough. Even with all the referee help, all the free kicks they were getting, the penalty straight away, still not enough. I do actually think it was on Hakimi from Ashraf. I actually think it was a pen. It was the right decision, which Boufal scored, made it 1-0. But it was basically like Egypt dominating, but playing with a goal down from the start. And Morocco scored so early, and I think Egypt weren't worried. They were cool, calm and composed. You just know that when Salah's in the team, anything can happen. It doesn't matter if you're playing Brazil, Argentina, Germany. If you've got Salah, arguably the best player, if not the best player in the world right now, he's rocked up with a goal and an assist and sent Morocco packing back to Agadir. That's the bottom line. Morocco are out in the quarter-final stage, and Egypt fully deserved the win. Carlos Queiroz had to deal with his third goalkeeper coming on, had to deal with Hegazi, his best defender, coming off at half-time. He rolled the dice. He put on Trezeguet for Hegazi. He was going for this, an attacker for a defender, and ultimately it was Trezeguet that scored the win in extra time to deny the game from going to a penalty shootout. And that Salah goal was coming. Egypt were pushing and pushing. Then there was a spell when there were so many free kicks to Morocco, in which one led to a header that was tipped over by Gabaski onto the bar, and that's ultimately how he picked up his groin injury, I think. Then Sopi, the third goalkeeper, came on, but he didn't really have anything to do. Brilliant work from Salah assisting Trezeguet, and Egypt are through now to the semi-finals. And Egypt against Cameroon is going to be a fantastic semi-final. It's a repeat of the AFCON 2017 final, and so many outstanding performances today from Egypt. I loved Marmoush, I loved Salah, I loved Trezeguet, I loved Alineni. I just think I loved Gabaski. Really good performances. Whereas Morocco, Halilhodžić started very attacking, and then he took off Boufal, and suddenly he had no options. I think taking Boufal off was a huge error from Vahid. But I'm not surprised. I've seen him manage Algeria for a few years. I know what he's like. I've said before, took Ivory Coast to an AFCON, couldn't get past the quarters. He even took Algeria to an AFCON, couldn't get out of the group, finished bottom, I think. Now he's gone out of the quarters again with this Morocco side. And you have to say, fully expected and fully deserved. So Egypt, Cameroon, I can't call that one. That's very tight. I'm not going to predict that. I've got no idea who's going to win that. I'll just be honest. I don't know who's going to win that. But whoever gets to the final will make for a great final. And both those teams have got World Cup games coming up as well. So they've got plenty to be thinking about. And as for the other game, Senegal 3, Equatorial Guinea 1. And brilliant work from Sadio Mane, who was past fit to play with the assist for the first goal. Brilliant pass for the first goal. But then second half, Equatorial Guinea came out and showed we're not here just to make up the numbers. And they actually had a penalty shout for handball. It was a guy with a pink hair again. He hit it onto a player's hand. VAR overturned that decision. And then they eventually did equalise through Boiler. And it was 1-1. And they were well in that game. But for the first time at this tournament, we saw a couple of new faces, I think. We saw Ismail Assar from Watford come on. We saw Kouyaté get back into the team as well, and ultimately Kouyaté made it 2-1, and then Ismail Assar 3-1. That's going to be huge for Senegal, having Sarr available again. Like, that's like basically having a new signing arrive at a football club. Sarr hasn't played yet at a tournament. He's come on as a sub and scored. And we've seen what he's done in the Premier League. A few goals this season, albeit for Watford. And that's a real asset now. And again, Senegal, Burkina Faso is going to be a fantastic matchup in the semi-finals. Again, that'll be closer than people think. Senegal are going to have to play a lot better than they have so far in this tournament if they want to get past Burkina Faso. But there's a few interesting final matchups we could have. We could have the Salah and final. We could have the host in the final with a repeat of the opening game. The opening game, Cameroon-Burkina Faso, could also be the final game, Cameroon-Burkina Faso. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But again, two very good quarterfinals, and the tournament's definitely been getting better and better. So 4 teams left. My question to you guys is, who do you want to win it? I don't mind who wins it now. It'd be nice to see, you know, Burkina Faso, of course, win it, Senegal win it for the first time, or Egypt or Cameroon, the 2 most successful AFCON nations of all time, could add either an 8th or a 6th title to their accolades. So all good stuff. I hope you enjoyed the quarterfinals. I certainly did. Of course, I wish Algeria were there. They weren't. So that's Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia now all not winning AFCON. North Africa's hopes lie on the Egyptians and Mo Salah. They're 2 games away from doing it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.